then, the world was divided in two. Vicious predator or meek prey. But over time, we evolved and moved beyond our primitive savage ways. Now, predator and prey live in harmony. And every young mammal has multitudinous opportunities. Yeah, I don't have to cower in a herd anymore. Instead, I can be an astronaut.
I don't have to be a lonely hunter anymore. Today, I can hunt for tax exemptions. I'm gonna be an actuary.
And I can make the world a better place. I am going to be a police officer! But just 211 miles away stands the great city of Zootopia, where our ancestors first joined together in peace and declared that anyone can be anything!
We interrupt this program to bring you a special report.
This is Cheapseat Reviews.
Hello, and thank you for listening to Cheapseat Reviews, the podcast that explores the Hollywood film industry for the greater good.
The greater good.
This is episode 190, and tonight we're talking about Zootopia. That's right, the animated film 2016 Disney animated Zootopia movie. This is kind of in honor of our Thanksgiving family kind of thing, and I can't remember last week we said it was going to be something else, but we changed our minds. We wanted to do this because I think it was going to be Cloud Atlas, and that's a 3-hour long movie, and we figured we'll wait until after we're full of turkey and tryptophan, and we have time to sit down and commit to a 3-hour long movie. So instead we went with Zootopia, which is slightly shorter by like half. I am Sean Allred, and joining me tonight is Andrew, don't call me cute, Jemison.
Hey. I love the click in and click out.
Yeah.
Oh, dear.
Corny, welcome back, Mr. Cotter Logan. I know that's zero to do with the movie. I just wanted to say welcome back. Hey, welcome back, buddy. We're glad you're here.
Yes, it is great to be.
All right, cool. Well, I'll see you guys later.
Yep. All right. You've met our quota.
See you, man. Have a great night.
And Sam still uses CDs. Vector.
Just so you know, Sean, I would totally inject you with whatever this stuff is, the screamers,
the howlers.
The howlers. There you go.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, screamers is something different.
Yeah, screamers. Yeah. I actually thought you were going to go with the Ice'em. You know, dunk me in ice. Icy cold
that's
water.
Right. Yeah.
Hypothermia is a bitch. Cool. Well, this is Zootopia.
Already you let it loose on our family-friendly Halloween Thanksgiving special.
Right, yeah.
Has it been that long?
Yeah. All right, so I think it's safe to say we've all seen this movie, right? Actually, Corny, you probably haven't, right?
No, I saw it today.
Oh, I mean, yeah, before this viewing, I mean.
Oh, no, yeah.
Yeah, this was your first viewing. And then Andrew, Sam, and we've all seen it.
Anybody with a kid can pretty much be assured to see Zootopia.
Yeah,
I've reached that magical level where
they're actually watching what you like.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean,
that's pretty awesome.
And Parker's old enough now that he would want to watch Zootopia, but you're not kind of obligated to sit and watch it with him 14 times like I would.
That is very true.
With my 4-year-old, which I had to do. Yeah, I've literally seen this movie probably 14 or 15 times, easily.
Well, Declan's pretty strong, man. I know you try to walk away, he sits you right down on the couch.
Yeah,
I've seen him do it.
He actually will like latch on to both your legs and like prevent you from walking, like some kind of weird trap.
Like a raptor.
Yeah, I was gonna say a raptor. He's not gonna cut my belly and let my intestines spill out. But
Yet.
well, he might get there. I don't know. He's getting pretty big. You know, he might get there. Yeah. Actually, I'll wait for my daughter to do that kind of stuff. She's gonna be the crazy one. Anyway, well, cool. So we'll do. So Andrew, I guess I should.
Four of us are back. This is crazy.
Yeah, I know, right? We're all back.
This is the big group moment, kind of like in the Avengers, where the camera pans around the entire group. And,
we should do that. Wouldn't it be cool to have the four
I've been
of us?
sitting on another planet for the last couple weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I did see a funny kind of meme or whatever. It wasn't a meme, but I guess it was a thing on Facebook today. I had 3 pictures of shitty Honda spoilers you would put on the back of a car, and then and it said, "Don't you love these spoilers?" And it's 3 different spoilers, and then the 4th one says Thor dies in Justice League, and it's pretty funny. And I'm sitting here thinking, nice. People are probably going to be like, "Oh man, they ruined it," because they're not in the same thing. But I bet you somebody's going to get pissed off about that, which makes me.
What's the same effect as Steven Spielberg? That picture of Steven Spielberg beside the animatronic Triceratops.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I can't believe he killed the endangered species.
Right. Like this is the reason why the dinosaurs went extinct is because of hunters like him. Yeah. And people were legit pissed off at him. It was crazy. Oh, people are dumb. Oh, bless the internet. Guy. Anyway, so Andrew, if you would, sir, tell us what is Zootopia.
In a city of anthropomorphic animals, a rookie bunny cop and a cynical con artist fox must work together to uncover a conspiracy.
Oh, okay.
Basically, all the animals lose their shit.
More or less, do. Yeah. So
and start flinging it.
No, there's no poo flinging. At least I don't think there is.
Where does it go?
Oh, they have sewers.
I guess they've got sewers.
Yeah, they have bathrooms. So so the idea is that
happens if the elephant needs to use the bathroom in Hamster Town?
Yeah, he's gonna have to hold it until he gets back to Elephant World. I mean, that's just.
Could you imagine the toilets in Elephant Town if a hamster tried to use it?
Well, it's the same. Well, there's a funny joke when the bunny is doing Hops is doing her basic training, right? And she goes into the bathroom and all the toilets are like rhino sized, and she falls in. And
yeah.
So this movie is kind of fun where you have to park your brain at the door. Now, sort of. Now, I will say this, and it has been documented on this episode, on this show, and others, that I have issue with movies that humanize, anthropomorphize, whatever, inanimate objects.
Okay, like cars.
Like cars. I can't.
That's at the top of your list. I know that.
I can't park my brain with cars. In fact, there was another thing.
Carsist?
Do what?
Are you carsist? Do you not like cars?
I love cars. I have one. The one's broken right now. I'm actually driving my mother's car. I know it sucks. I'll tell you off air, Corny, what the actual noise that was when I saw you earlier this week.
Oh, yeah, I guess it wasn't good.
No, it's fine. It's fine. Anyway, there was a new one in Cars that actually made me kind of cringe, and now I can't remember what it was. Shoot. Oh, no. So, when they go tractor tipping, why in this universe, in this world, are there cow tractors? What's the point of them? They're not producing milk that anyone would drink. They're not.
I was going to say, not that you know of.
They're not eating them, right? They're not there for meat. Does Frank
They're tending the fields.
Is Frank the whatever Frank was? Is he impregnating a tractor to make more tractors and more bulls? What's the point of them? There aren't.
Let's hope so.
There shouldn't be farms in Cars world. There's no reason to have farms.
Ethanol.
So, to grow corn so they can make ethanol. Wow. That's actually
the trucks to poop.
That's
so
actually
you can get fertilizer for the corn.
Well, yeah.
Because I'm sure that in this type of world, it's going to run out of fossil fuels, so they've got to figure out a different way.
They're all going to die.
So yeah.
I still
the Teslas of the Cars world will.
That's what Cars
eventually.
3 is about. Is the new generation car.
Is it?
Yeah, they're like hybrid electrics and they're super fast and Cars like Lightning
right.
is outdated because he's just a regular gas burning engine and whatever. And that's it deals with getting older and passing the torch. But the really interesting
question.
Yes.
Is this another Disney attempt to stick it to the man, so to speak, about climate change?
Cars 3?
Yeah.
No, I don't think so. I never really felt that way. The movie to me actually more is about the history of racing more than anything. I mean, it's a passing the torch story from old guy to young person.
Is that like the new Rocky movie that came out?
I guess I didn't see it, but I guess
I'm just done with movies that are being too preachy. I understand that there's an issue with climate change.
Speaking of preachy, Zootopia.
Yeah. This one is rather preachy.
This one is a little preachy. And I don't really... I don't know if preachy is the right word, because whenever I think preachy, I think someone talking kind of down to us from a place of on high. And I think this movie is teaching young people... Like, it's teaching them about racism, in my opinion. That's what this movie is about. This movie is not a movie about a crime-solving thing. That's just what happens to be happening. This movie, you take the word fox out and replace it with the N-word, and now you have a...
You're not allowed to use that word, Sean.
I can say the N-word.
Well, I don't disagree with you.
Sean, sometimes you say the N-word, you make me say the N-word in my head, and that makes you a jerk.
Oh. But you're my racist insurance.
I don't disagree with you, Sean, that it's trying to tell us a story, but I don't necessarily think it's just about racism. I think it's kind of an all-over...
you can be with
prejudice.
Don't judge a book by its cover.
It is, yeah.
Exactly.
You're right. It's prejudiced. It's bigotry. It's all of the things that are really kind of popular right now in 2017, and when this movie was made, 2016, and even 2015 when they were making the movie, obviously. But the movie deals with a lot of these real issues. And the first time I watched the movie, I'm like, hey, that was kind of cute. And then after we bought it and watched it 4 or 5 more times, I started really picking up on a lot of the subtleties of the movie and things that they're trying to get at. And then last spring, I went to a conference for the professional organization I'm a part of, the Association of College Unions International. Sounds super boring. It kind of is. And I actually went to a hour and a half seminar that broke down this movie and the racial tones that the movie is talking about. And again, it's not even just race, it's other things. All 4 of us have worked in in education. And sometimes you hear, especially in our professions, you hear buzzwords like microaggressions. Have you ever heard that?
And stop, and please don't do that again.
Well,
yeah, I got you.
Yeah, but but I mean, like, I had never thought about it, but like in this movie, there's like little things like microaggressions and things like that. So I hadn't really gotten that deep into the movie this time around, or I should say the first few times until I kind of went to that class.
The first time,
So I do want to go there with the movie in this episode, and I'm going to change things up a little bit. I'm going to play clips kind of while we're talking to kind of emphasize more of what my point is. And again, I still want to talk about the movie itself. I still want to do our intros as we do for the movie itself. And I will let Andrew have this opportunity now to do his intro. If he so chooses.
Okay.
With the Christmas tree.
I'm good. Well, sorry. I took my children to see this movie in the theater when it came out because I thought, hey, this is going to be a great kids film, that they're really going to enjoy. And we left the theater with both of them saying they didn't like the movie.
Really?
And I said, why? What was wrong? Why didn't you like the movie? it's scary. I said, what do you mean it's scary? Well, the animals kind of, they kind of lost their mind and were attacking and they were scary. And I was like, well, okay, I see what you're saying.
Kind of like a band room.
Yeah. And, I don't know that Disney intended for it to be that way. I don't think they did. But I could definitely see what they were talking about, for kids that don't see. And honestly, my kids don't watch a lot of violence and anything with scary overtones. But this one, I can see their point. I can see where they're coming from. When the scene where they go to what was this?
The mob?
No, the scene where they go to the guy's house.
Yeah,
in the jungle.
In Jungle Town, when they see
jungle.
the limo driver, yeah. And then he turns.
Right. And that scene right there, I could tell my little one, especially who's 4, was really bothered by that. But from my perspective, I think it's a good movie. I like it. I agree with you. It tells a larger story. And it had its humor and its serious moments. And all the voice actors, I think, were perfect for their roles. I loved Jason Bateman, and I like everything he does.
Right.
But as the Fox, I think he was really good, specifically. So,
What does the fox say?
Lots of fun things. Lots of things.
The only one that I don't like, and this is a personal thing, I wish they would stop using Bonnie Hunt for their movies. I don't know why. There's just something about her voice that bothers me. And the one thing that I didn't like about the movie was the song at the end. Thank you very much, Shakira.
Yeah, you didn't like it?
It's annoying.
It is.
And I don't understand the words.
Well, I get that. It's typical
it's
Disney.
Spanish,
You have to have a catchy tune that's stuck in your head, an earworm, because the movie itself isn't a musical, so we got to interject somehow. So they
I don't think it's in Spanish, though. I think it's in English.
Oh, I know.
Is it?
And I just can't understand it.
Yes.
No, it's in English.
Yes.
She says some things in Spanish, but it's an English-speaking song. My wife has the whole thing memorized. She could sing it to you.
It bothers me.
Well, that's fine.
Oh, Sean.
What?
Nothing?
Okay. I think she actually has this on her phone. Pretty sure she does. It's fine. That's okay. I was enjoying listening to it because it wasn't "You're Welcome" from Maui or from Moana, because I've had that song in my head for 4 damn weeks. So, and I will be now.
Well, Sean, you're welcome.
You're welcome. Yeah. No, I'll still have the Zootopia song in my head for tonight because I've listened to it twice now. Tonight. You know
That you've memorized every single word when he goes into the little breakdown.
I've tried. I really have tried. I can't get all of it. I'm not as good as him, but I know a lot of it. So anyway, Corny.
Yo, what's up?
Hey, buddy.
So, not y'all's the old cobwebs here. This is it's gonna be fun. So you told me about this movie a while back and told me that I should watch it, and that it was it really had to say something about so I guess it's like a little bit more social commentary than it is just a movie. So as I watched it, yeah, I agree that it did point out some things, but I kind of felt like it was a little too much. Like, I understand some maybe they're trying to make a point, but like first we were like anti-bunny, then we're anti-fox, then we were anti-predators, then we're anti-bunny again. It got to be a little weird. Like, that's not how racism works. You usually just hate one group and that group deals with it. So I was a little upset. I really wasn't upset, but it was a little, I think, too much, especially for a kid. to watch this. I mean, there were plenty of funny parts. I think if the kid doesn't pick up on the fact that they're showing what racism looks like, I think it's fine.
Yeah, and again, I mean, my 5-year-old has seen this movie, again, 15 or so times. He laughs because the sloths are slow, right? He laughs when there are moments where he giggles and laughs and he thinks it's funny, and he gets that the fox is not a bad guy, but he's kind of a bad guy who becomes the friend and helps her out, right? Like, he gets that stuff. It's the next level stuff. Obviously, is for the adult in the theater watching it with their kid, which a lot of really good cartoons do all the time. I think. Anyway, go ahead.
So, but no, I enjoyed it, and I definitely think it's a fun movie. Your kids should see it because it's got some good bits in it. I watched this and then had some time to kill before I took a nap, and so I ended up watching Wild Wild West, and
the Will Smith Wild Wild West.
Yeah,
nice.
No more Mr. Knife Guy.
And I saw so you see Zootopia, then you see Wild Wild West, and you're like, these can kind of go together. You've got the
you do have a lot of racist jokes in Wild Wild West. Oh, do you think when Kenneth Branagh and Will Smith were going back and forth, they're like, "Hey, we're just joking, right?" Like, I mean, just. Oh,
well,
man.
I forgot how many times they say "boy" in this movie.
Oh yeah,
and I was like, damn, I'm glad I thought it was funny when I was younger because that kind of bothered me a little bit.
Yeah, they say "boy" a lot. There's a lot of back in my home country, Africa, Alabama,
Georgia. No, I haven't.
Oh yeah, that's right. He says Georgia, no, Africa. We bang on drums to signal to talk to each other. I was just telling her, hey, honey, nice dress. How's your mom and them? That movie sucks so much. And he freaking turned down to be the part of Neo in The Matrix to do that movie.
Well, but in all fairness, he got to bang on some boobies. So
I mean, he did get to bang on some big white woman's boobies, and that movie sucks. But hey, that's Kenneth Branagh. That's the guy that would do Lockhart. Not what's his name? Gilderoy Lockhart in the Harry Potter movie, the second one. And he would go on to direct the first Thor movie. So anyway,
things happen.
Yeah. Anyway.
So, but sorry, I'll swell along with you. Oh, also fun fact: I went to Coyote Joe's for the first time in my life yesterday.
Okay.
And so the entire time watching the Wild West today, I was like, man, am I glad I didn't assume that one of the ladies in there was a friend dressed up as a woman, and I was commenting on his fake breast,
right,
and how they needed to work,
right. And then then I show up with some fake elastic rope. Yeah. Anyway,
that's exactly what happened.
Yep.
Actually, no. Sam would be the one to show up with the fake rope and be like, "Oh, it was the fake one."
Damn.
Dude, I didn't know.
Yeah, I meant to grab the real one. We're just kidding, Sam. Maybe. Sam.
All right. I kind of agree a bit with Andrew on this one. It's a really well-made movie, and some of the best Disney type movies like this are the ones that can make the kids laugh as well as the adults. Great example of that is it's not Disney, but the Shrek films.
Yeah.
The first one was just absolutely perfect in terms of appeasing both audiences. I think what Zootopia has here is just a little bit of a problem with the how do you take a film noir feel and story and make it into a kid's film? How do you make it a detective film, kid friendly?
Yeah.
And I think they did very, very well. My kids love it, but they were also very, very scared when the Jungle Town, when the guy jumps out, and you also have your scenes with the mafia boss where he's about to drown / freeze people.
Right.
Kind of sounds like you're describing Zootopia SVU.
I know, right? So there's several fairly intense scenes in this film that aren't just funny physical comedy. You know, sometimes where, you know, you'll have something where someone's in danger, but it's funny. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
In other cartoons, where this one it's a real thing.
Oh yeah, I mean, I got turned into a cow. Can I go home from Emperor's New Groove? I mean, there's nothing serious at all about that film. And it's one of my favorites.
But with that said, I do like the message it has to be that it was saying. I did not, when I first saw it, I did not see the twist coming in terms of who was behind all of this.
Right.
And also, I really like the twists and turns of the film. The sloth scene is by far I still laugh at the sloth scene in the DMV. And you know, I think I saw a picture on Facebook or something where someone for Halloween dressed in a DMV office dressed up as a sloth on the line, and this cracks me up. Yeah. So there's some pretty iconic ideas that they've brought forth that I've never seen before in this movie, and I really did enjoy it. But in terms of bringing, if I was scoring this, or we will score it later on, and bringing that down, the Shakira, whatever her name is, song at the end just doesn't fit quite right.
Her hips don't lie.
It fits. Then, it's in the movie. It fits. Like she's,
I don't think
you don't understand the words. That's your problem. You don't know what the words are. It's not a bad song.
I want to take that elk or whatever she is and like send her to a taxidermist and then just put her up on a wall somewhere.
She's a gazelle because her name was Giselle.
Seems terrible.
Yeah.
She's not
terrible. Just terrible.
It's
no.
You people there's something wrong with you guys. Like you have no souls. I don't understand how you don't like that song. It's a fine song. I mean, it's super repetitive, right? But I mean, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I just
anyway, very, very, very good film. Enjoyed it a lot, and I'm interested to see how we can annoy Sean by making fun of the song at the end. So.
I mean, if that's the whole purpose of the podcast, which for you usually is.
Oh, he's off to the races. Go. Oh. You let him catch up to him.
We're recording this while there's football happening, and clearly Sam is excited.
It's what happens when we schedule these on football nights.
Like the whole the song.
At least it was not the Carolina game.
No,
that would not have worked.
No, it wouldn't have. Sorry, Corny. We'll screw over the Eagles, but not the Panthers. I'm sorry.
That's fair.
But literally, here's the lyrics. I won't give up. No, I won't give in till I reach the end, and then I'll start again. No, I won't leave until No, I won't leave. I want to try everything. I want to try even though I fail. The song literally is the movie. Like,
the problem is it sounds like
you have really bad headphones. You're gonna clip that.
I'm gonna need that tomorrow, please.
Oh my god!
Ringtone.
You have like that's your ringtone now.
Oh no! This.
It's just an annoying tune. I don't know. I don't have a problem with the words.
And we were kicked off YouTube. So I think it's a fine song. Yeah. Anyway, I did
be like putting, I don't know, Bohemian Rhapsody at the end of Jurassic Park.
You mean it's like putting Prince inside a Batman movie? Oh wait, they did
that. Didn't fit either.
But it's a modern.
I don't care what you talk about, but don't you dare talk about Prince. I'll cut you.
Put Prince wherever you want.
It's a. Whenever anybody mentions Prince, all I can think about is the Animaniacs bit where she's like fingerprints, and then she pulls Prince out and goes, maybe later or something like that. Like, oh, that's an adult joke. It's a fine song. It's a modern tune. She's very popular right now in 2016.
She was popular when the Hips Don't Lie song. She's not popular anymore.
She's on that show with the 4 chairs that spin around. The Voice.
No, she's not. That's Christina Aguilera.
No, they change every season. The only 2 that remain the same are Blake Shelton, which, by the way, not the sexiest man alive. Just saying.
Absolutely not.
Like,
and what's his name got robbed?
Jason Momoa.
You mean Aquaman?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Aqua guy, Idris Elba was. I think
I think we can name like
There's
5.
a lot of very pretty men.
I think
that were not
Corny
on
could
that
have
list.
been nominated over him.
Chris Pratt is not on that list.
Yeah, or Chris Pine, or any of the Chris's from Hollywood. Like,
yeah.
Anyway, and Maroon 5 guy, the only 2 that live on that show. They alternate other people. So Shakira was on there for like 2 or 3 times. So.
Did she speak English?
Of course she speaks English. What's wrong with you? Now who's being racist here?
No, I mean she is not a native English speaker.
Neither
Most
is a lot of other
actually
people.
Speaks English. We're the only country that's too dumb to learn more than one language.
That's true.
Or
no, I won't say we're too dumb. I'll say we're too stubborn.
Yeah. Everybody should just speak English because we do.
Exactly. That's the American. That's the American way to think about it.
That's true. Anyway,
unfortunately,
if I can't punch it or eat it, I don't care.
Right.
Sometimes I even punch it and eat it.
That's how I kill it, is punching it, and then I can eat it. And that's the motto of the South. Anyway, so I guess it's my turn. I guess. I think this movie is wonderful. I really do. I love it so much. It came out in 2016. I can't remember what came out last year, but like I remember when it came out, and I just thought, okay, it's just gonna be another Disney animated film. It's gonna be good, like the rest of them are. And then I watched it and was really kind of blown away at how good it was.
Yeah. Well, and it came out at the perfect time too, I think, in terms of the election that was going on, the messages that were being put forth by a certain person.
Yeah.
I think it was needed at the time.
Yeah, and I'm trying to look back at some of my favorite, like the Disney Pixar. I mean, this one technically isn't Disney Pixar. This one is just Disney animated studios. Big Hero 6 probably my favorite of that ilk, but I still think this movie was wonderful, and I like the message that it sends. And I get what you're saying, Corny. It's like there's a lot of prejudices going on throughout the entire movie. And it's almost kind of hard to keep up at sometimes. Like, okay, we're prejudiced against the bunny because she's small. We're prejudiced against foxes because they're sly foxes and we don't like foxes. We're prejudiced against predators because they have the potential to harm people. And we're prejudiced against sheep because they have weird eyes. So I don't know. Maybe not. Except Bellwether. She, for some reason, had regular eyes, but Doug and the rest had those weird eyes. Sheep eyes.
Yeah, the Breaking Bad.
Yeah, they're actually that's what they are. They.
Yep, I love it.
I capped that trivia just for you. That villains Walter and Jesse are modeled after Walter and Jesse, two of the main people from Breaking Bad. So, and they have a similar hideout as well. So that one was for you, Sam. As per usual, didn't take a whole lot of notes because I just got sucked into the movie as I do. And again, I've seen this 15 times easily. So some of the things I do want to kind of talk about, which I find... What? Oh.
What?
Apparently I activated Siri for some reason. So some of the things that I find interesting, like, so there's tropes all over the place in this movie, right? So you've got like, idealistic person wants to go to the big city and make it big trope, right? You've got the drill sergeant trope, which I think she's hysterical. No one believes in you trope. We do have like 3. We did have several of those. Hero with a sad
I totally
backstory.
saw that movie the other day. I need to see that again.
Oh, yeah.
I might have to subject Kimberly to that one.
Ooh, she's not going to like it, dude.
You don't think she'll like it?
There's too many penis jokes in there for her. And fart jokes.
Yeah, but fart jokes are funny.
To you and I, She's not going to like them. We both know Kimberly. She's not going to like that.
That is true.
But she did marry Sam. So
she did marry Sam.
I was having my daughter pull my finger today, and she didn't find that very funny.
Yeah, she married Sam because she thought she could change him. You were a project.
Yeah. How's that project going, Kimberly?
Don't. Let's not poke the bear.
That well.
Yeah, she'll.
Yeah.
Kill us all. I did laugh at. So here's the first time I actually picked up on this. So Wild, the fox, he does this big hustle, right, where he gets somebody else to pay for the ice pop, right, and then he goes and he sells ice pops at $2 a pop, pun intended, and then sells the wood from the popsicle sticks, right, and he gives the little whatever he is, the little panda bear thing, he gives him $40. That's it. That's a long day's work for only $40. Like, that just doesn't seem like a whole lot of money for a day's worth of work. I know it's under the table. My note I wrote, I can make more delivering pizzas than what he did. So,
yeah, but it looks like it doesn't take that long, and they lounge around a lot.
Well, I mean, yeah, they're lounging around. They're just waiting for the popsicles to freeze. But I mean, regardless of physical actual work taken, it's still a whole day. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, you're making $40 a day. That's not a living wage. Unless he's got like 3 or 4 other hustles going on while he's waiting for stuff to freeze or stuff to melt. But
let's think about this. $40 a day, right?
Okay.
How many days?
7 days a week.
7 days a week?
If he does it, I guess. I mean, how could you...
280 a week?
They actually do the math.
Not a good way.
That's not much money, dude.
That's $14,560. Without, I mean, obviously, taxes aren't taken out of that.
Right.
Yeah, it's not much.
Yeah, it's not much.
Maybe their economy is.
Maybe they don't have the same. Maybe $40 a day is a lot of money. Who knows? Maybe you're right. Yeah. What were you gonna say, Corny?
I said they actually did the math, but I realized you were talking about the baby partner.
Yeah, not him, because when he's not his, I make $200 a day bit. So, yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, well, but then you got to think they're spending $2 on a popsicle, so that seems expensive to me. Which means, it just doesn't seem like a whole lot for that.
Yeah, it's not. I mean, I have been a day laborer before. I mean, when I do audio video gigs, there's a day rate. I mean, I haven't worked for that little money since I was an intern. And I didn't have a choice because that's what interns make. So
yeah.
Anyway, so speaking of I said I was going to do this. So speaking of the drill sergeant and the montage, this was
I do not like you.
Yeah, no, not that drill sergeant. Though it would have been just a little bit better had they gotten that guy. So here's 26 seconds of drill sergeant.
Your dad, Bunny Bumpkin, 1,000 footballs. Whoa. Your dead, carrot face. Frigid ice wall. Your dead, farm girl. Enormous criminal. Your dead. Filthy toilet. Your dead, fluff butt.
Makes me laugh. All right. So the movie so far has been pretty light. We had the earlier bit when, after the opening clip that I played, where the fox that's in the town kind of attacks her, but he's a bully, right? Here's kind of the first real case of, we'll call it prejudice in the movie.
Say nothing of lions and wolves.
Wolves?
Weasels.
You play cribbage with a weasel?
Yeah, and he cheats like there's no tomorrow. You know what? Pretty much all predators, and Zootopia is full of them.
Oh, Stu.
And foxes are the worst.
Actually, your father does have a point there. It's in their biology. Remember what happened with Gideon Gray?
When I was 9, Gideon Gray was a jerk who happened to be a fox.
There you go. And that kind of sets the... Oh, shoot. Not just 2. Okay, never mind. Oh, crap. Sorry,
What?
I accidentally hid my entire playlist from iTunes. I didn't know what I did, but we're good now. But yeah, it kind of sets the tones for the rest of the movie that we're going to go there a little bit. You know, foxes are the worst because it's in their DNA. I mean, how many times have we actually probably heard people say that about X race? You know, the Muslims can't help it; it's in their DNA to do bad things. It's the Japanese can't help it; it's in their DNA. Like in the course of history, people have been saying that, and it's just, you know, when you throw it into a kids movie, it kind of smacks you in the face a little bit, especially when you pull it out of the movie as I did there.
Out of all that, all Sam heard was pulled out.
Oh, Corny, by the way. Corny, you missed this, but this happened in the show.
Dick was being too hard.
There you go. So,
fair enough.
Yeah. So,
yep.
I am going to play this, and this is pretty self-explanatory, I think.
I gotta tell you, you are even cuter than I thought you'd be.
Ooh, you probably didn't know, but a bunny can call another bunny cute, but when other animals do it, it's a little...
I am so sorry.
There you go.
All right, that scene I actually took a lot of offense with.
Yeah?
Straight up. To be honest.
Okay.
I get the joke. You can't say that word. That's our word. Nerf herder. I don't think we need to do that. I think that joke is. I think we can avoid that joke. I don't think that's needed. And it's also one of those things that. Or maybe I'm way off key, or maybe I'm way off base.
The three of us have no. We can't say anything. You know what I'm saying? Like,
we aren't. Yeah.
If it bothered you, then it bothered you, and that's fine. You know, again, the three white guys on this side of the fence, we have. You know,
nothing to.
I get the joke, but I also get why they put it in there, because like we're trying to again bring more awareness to a thing, right? And I think I don't know if you've seen this. This really interesting post that's been going around Facebook is this author kind of explains why not black people can't use the N-word when they're like singing songs. So like if a rap artist uses it in a song, you still can't say the word in the song. And it was a really interesting and kind of well put reasoning behind it, and then of course there's some other whatever. If you haven't seen that, go look it up. It's actually really interesting.
Yeah, I've seen that, and in all honesty, I was like, that's probably the best version of that answer I've ever heard.
Yeah.
In terms of, but I guess at the end of the day, I know it's a joke, and I guess this is where we draw that line of when it's a joke. And my problem with it is that cute is not a bad word. Mm-hmm. If they made up a different word to use for the bunny.
You have to remember, words are just words until you add context, right? The N-word is not offensive as a word, but when you add the weight and context behind it is where it gets bad. So in this world, that word has meaning and context to bunnies, because you're categorizing all bunnies as this word, and so she's trying to break the stereotype of using the word, and then I didn't finish the rest of the clip, and then he says, "Oh, look at me, a fat donut eating cop stereotyping someone else," and then she's like, "But you actually have a donut in the folds of your neck," and he's like, "Oh, there it is, you little Dickens," right? So we break this, then we break the moment. Right, with another joke about, you know, fat not fat cop eating, fat donut eating cops.
Whoa!
Fat cop eating donuts is a whole different movie. It's the sequel to what was it, The Food from Outer Space? I can't think of what it's called. Not Fried Green Tomatoes. Help me out. Attack of the.
This is more fun.
What's the
Attack of the Killer Tomatoes?
Tomato, yeah, that's what it was. I couldn't think of what it was. Now I know what it's like, Sam, to be on the other side of the microphone when I can't think of what it is.
See? Right?
Anyway, So again, Corny, I capped that clip because I wanted to have this conversation with you about this kind of thing because the movie went there. I mean, the movie went there, and I found it. I think it is interesting, and I'm wondering how many other black people looked at that and went, "Whoa, you can't joke like that." So I mean, I guess I don't know.
Well, I think mine's a little bit. Mine was from the area of. That's just too much. It's not the concept. It's just I don't see the need for the joke. I think we can have this scene without doing that.
Right. I mean, and then Wilde calls her cute throughout the rest of the movie, and every time he does, she says, "Don't call me cute." So.
Yeah. See. Yeah. And so. So cuteness is more of a descriptive thing at that point in time for her, for the bunny at this point. But earlier in the movie, it's actually an insult. So it can't be both.
Well, again, I think it's. I don't know if it's an insult, like the N-word is. I think it's she's just trying to get rid of. We're going to stereotype all rabbits. All bunnies with this one word, and that's what I think she's trying to do, or that's what the movie's trying to do.
Well, see that's completely different from what I was thinking.
Yeah. That's fair. Again, I don't know if that's what's happening. That's what my opinion is. So
that's probably the right thing. I can't imagine Disney being like, "Hey, let's be super racist today. Let's just do that."
Oh, Are you ready for super racist? How about this one?
Look, you probably can't read, Fox, but the sign says, "We reserve the right to refuse service to anyone, so beat it."
Oh, okay, we're 1950s now? Got it. I mean...
But only against just foxes.
Well, I would bet that's probably against anyone else that they don't want in there, right? If it was a fox or any other kind of... Maybe that weasel guy goes in there, he probably says the same thing, If Duke Weaselton went in there, he probably said the same thing. So, I mean...
It's Weaselton. Or Weaselton.
It's Weaselton. No, it's Weaselton. No, I can't remember.
I really thought that was Steve Buscemi for a while.
I did too. I had no idea that Alan Tudyk could do that to his voice. It was great. And he is the new... Remember John Ratzenberger, who would do all of the Pixar movies? Yeah. He was Ham. He's in like everything. I can't do him. But anyway, Alan Tudyk is now
in all everything Disney does now.
He's in the Disney. He's the freaking chicken in Maui. He's.
I still wonder how the heck he got that.
They're like, "Hey, we need a part for you." Well, I'm a white dude in a movie predominantly Polynesian. We'll make you the chicken. Got it. I mean,
okay,
yeah,
sure.
Curse your inevitable but sudden betrayal.
Right? Yeah. Oh, perfect. Thank you. That's actually the name of the episode. So anyway, so there's that. I thought, I mean, that part's pretty kind of rough in my opinion. So, yeah. All right. Here's another fun little, again, now. I saw this video recently, and I thought it was really funny. And Corny, I don't know if you've seen it floating around Facebook, but it's diet racist. You guys seen this? It was produced by College Humor.
We've talked about this before.
Yeah, it was on College Humor, and it's like they're drinking a can of Diet Racist. It's a drink, right? And it's for the people who are just a little racist. Like I would never date an Asian. And then it's like, and then she's drinking a Diet Racist next to an Asian dude, right? Or it's like all these little comments that you hear that are not really overtly racist, right? I mean, you're not really coming out and being aggressively racist, but like in the context, it's racist. So if you guys remember, you have to turn your clocks back to 2007 when Obama was running, and somebody said that he was, quote, articulate, and the world exploded because that's not, in the context, he wasn't being racist, but it kind of is when you put it into that way. So the movie decides to do the same thing.
It burns me up to see folks with such backward attitudes toward foxes. I just want to say you're a great dad and just a real articulate fella.
Ah, well, that is high praise.
There you go. They didn't have to use any other word, but they used articulate intentionally there, I think.
So I literally cannot tell you how many times I've heard that in my life.
Really?
Such a nice guy, and he's just so articulate. Great, I can use English. Good for me.
Yeah, well, yeah, I mean.
I say the word articulate pretty much every day.
Yeah.
What are you, some kind of band director?
Yeah, you think you're all high and mighty because your band's going to be in the Thanksgiving parade in Chicago?
If my students talked the way that they articulate when they play, everything would sound like this, and nobody would understand anything.
Yarp.
You have numb tongue.
The power of Grayskull.
Yeah. So let's take. So we got a movie with a bunch of kind of fairly overtly and covertly racist remarks, and let's throw in a sex joke.
1,460,000, I think. I mean, I am just a dumb bunny, but we are good at multiplying.
Ooh, let's have a sex joke in there because we're bunnies.
That's a rabbit joke, rabbit sex joke.
I know.
That's a. I wonder how many stories it would take to move all those bunnies.
Probably a lot, right? And they had a counter on the sign for Bunny Burrow. It was just ding 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 ding. Again, let's.
Do you think all the baby doctors in Zootopia are storks?
Yeah, that would be kind of funny, wouldn't it? To kind of keep.
They have to be, right?
They'd have to be.
Yeah, to kind of keep with the. So they never showed it. They showed them playing volleyball at the nudist colony. I wonder if there's professional sports. Could you do that? I mean, the fullback is a rhino. I mean, cheetahs
are the
wide
wide
receivers. Yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah.
Who's your quarterback? Who's known? Gorillas? Gorillas are your quarterbacks?
Yeah,
they got strong arms. Hard to take down. Did we see gorillas in this movie? I don't remember.
No, and I don't think we saw them, and I think there was a good reason why.
Yeah, maybe they didn't want to make it put the racism on that. I don't know. Maybe you're right. I was just saying I know there weren't any fish, any kind of sea mammals.
Wait! Isn't there a gorilla in the police force in the room?
I don't know.
I'm on it.
Yeah, look at the room. For some reason, I thought that.
Have you seen this room? What a beautiful room.
Is that from Rat Race?
Rat Race.
Yeah, I thought so.
Rowan Atkinson.
Oh, he's so great.
By the way, we should watch Don't Mess with Zohan.
Yeah, think so?
Oh yeah.
I think we'd have a good time with it.
I did not like that movie, but I'm with you. I'll do it for the show. I mean,
it's only why?
Because it's Dave Matthews.
It's because you don't like your boy.
Oh, it's actually good. I like the movie.
He's not in that.
Is he not? I thought he was.
Who? Don't mess with the Zohan.
Dave Matthews?
No, Dave Matthews.
He's in the movie.
Yeah, you're thinking of Zoolander, Sam.
I was going to say. I think
okay.
Sorry, didn't mean for that to happen. Actually.
So
yes, you did.
No, I'm pulling up. I'm pulling up the movie. I'm looking for the scene when they're in the bullpen getting their orders, and I was trying to see if I saw a gorilla in there. I see hippo, rhino, lion. I'm gonna turn down the volume here.
I'm looking.
Yeah, I am too. Cheetahs, bears, dogs, wolves. I guess he's a wolf. Obviously, Chief Bogo is a water buffalo, and Bogo, I think, is Swahili or something for water buffalo.
That's when you buy one. You get
wolf.
Yeah.
Rhino.
We have to. I do like the bit where he's like, "We have to address the elephant in the room." Nancy, happy birthday! And then there's an elephant. It's a funny joke.
No, there's no.
Yeah, there's no. Yeah, there are no
primates
apes
in the
okay.
Yeah, right. Zootopia world. And again, I think that was done intentionally.
Yeah. Talk about an elephant in the room.
Yeah. Here's a line that I thought was really funny. Here you go.
It's like cocaine.
That made Mr. Big so mad at you.
I may have sold him a very expensive wool rug that was made from the fur of a skunk. But...
Oh, sweet cheese and crackers.
I like that. And it made me think, I guess in a world of animals, you would still have wool. I guess you would buy a wool rug. I mean, you probably wouldn't have a bear rug with the open mouth bear on the ground. Who's that? That was Uncle Steve. He's a little crazy, so we stuffed him and put him on the floor, But
Wait, you guys don't do that to family?
What if in Zootopia humans existed and they're hunted like we hunt animals? Ooh,
that'd be...
Yeah, I know, right? I just thought that was funny. Oh, also, so here's really, again, parking my brain at the door. The only part in the movie where I have a hard time with is, and again, I've not watched a whole bunch of mob movies. Admittedly, I've never seen The Godfather. I've never seen Scarface.
See, I think you'd love The Godfather.
And I probably would. I want to watch it. I just have never seen Goodfellas.
And then you'd be sorely disappointed with Godfather 3 like the rest of the world.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah, don't even watch that one.
But
That's
from what all I've understood, but I've seen The Departed, and other ones, and I always kind of understood that the reason why the mob boss is the boss is because he's feared and he's smart, right? And you don't mess with him because, he has other guys that can do things for him because, I always felt like that was the reason, right? Like they're the boss because they're feared and kind of crazy and really smart and that's how they're able to get. I don't buy a rat telling polar bears what to do. I just don't buy it. Like, what? How does he get?
That's funny,
and it's funny for the joke. I get the joke, right? Because he's Mr. Big and he's a rat, and the fact that a mob boss is a rat, like that's funny because of the whole thing about rats and ratting people out. Like, I get the joke. I think it's ridiculous. Again, that's literally the only part in the whole movie that pulls me out. Seriously.
So what you're saying is you couldn't bear it.
No, I couldn't. God, I've missed those jokes.
It's the polar opposite of what you were expecting in Bodyguards.
See, this is what we've been missing for the past 3 weeks.
You got another
4
one?
weeks.
Got a third? Can you hit the trifecta?
Okay.
Well, Sean sounds like he's a little grizzled about all of this.
Oh, okay. I'll buy it. Yeah, I'll buy it. And
we should probably take a North Pole to see what we hate more.
Nice. This is good. I love this stuff. This is my favorite. Yeah. Last clip that I captured.
He's fighting tooth and claw to keep us on tack.
I try. It is like I'm fighting against a one-eyed panther sometimes.
It just takes some men to get us together. It's a long stretch on the salmon joke.
Okay.
It's too fishy.
Yeah. All right. Last one I captured. It's 36 seconds
Pikachu.
long. And Pikachu. You mean Pikachu that now speaks English?
How crazy that man!
Did you see that
exist in this world?
In this world? Oh my gosh! No.
You don't need to see else, do you?
So I mentioned microaggressions earlier. There's a little bit of that happening in this scene, as well. Again, just some more of the kind of prejudiced things happening.
You do have a meeting with herds and grazing, sir. If I could just Oh, mutton chops.
I actually didn't mean to
Assistant
capture
Mayor
all
Bellwether, we need your help. We just need to get into the traffic cam database.
So fluffy. Hey! Sheep never let me get this close.
You can't just touch a sheep's wool.
It's like cotton candy.
Stop it. Where to?
You think when she goes to sleep, she counts herself?
Oh, shush.
All right, there you go. So that's funny. Like we all laugh about that. Like he's touching her, right? So there's again, you're not supposed to touch people, want to be
nasty.
touched. Yeah, and then the whole, sheep don't let me get this close because of he's a fox, right? So there's, we're remembering the prejudice, and then do you think she counts herself when she goes to sleep? That's kind of what you would consider a microaggression, but it's
a hidden racist joke.
It is a racist joke, and she just, the bunny kind of just throws it, stop, she should have been like, that's not polite, like that's wrong, that's like every other racist joke that's ever been said when no one else in the room says we shouldn't make those jokes, and I'd admit,
but she's a sheep. She should be able to count herself.
So anyway, so there's that. That's
you
all
can
the
only
clips.
be what you are.
Well, you're right. I guess that's all the clips I captured. There was some more I wanted to, but I ran out of time. But anyway, the only other thing I wanted to bring up before we get into trivia was that the movie also does another thing really well, and it shows media like how the media can conflate things, right? So she's up there doing her press conference. She's terrified. And is there a correlation between predators and the attacks? Are all the animals that attack predators? Yes, they are. Right? She's keeping it to the facts, right? And then when she changes and she starts talking about the little bit of history that she remembered from her kindergarten days, right? If you noticed in the movie, the images that are scrolling behind her are no longer, of images of the whatever. It's like now we're at the asylum, and it's like gnarled teeth and crazy eyes and people attacking, and the images change. And then the media changes what she says, right? Like when her and Wild get into an argument, did that fox attack you? No, he's my friend. So what you're saying is we can't trust our friends now. Like, the movie has a complete media bias in that, and the movie's not wrong that the media does that. Like and she even kind of sensationalizes it herself when she realizes she's not the media. I'm losing the media, so I'm going to talk about their predatory instincts and what they used to do. Maybe it's in their DNA, which of course makes her lose her friend, and then she has to go home and have the aha moment and come back and have her redemption moment so that she can become friends again. So there you go. Anything else you guys want to talk about for this before I get to trivia?
The elephant in the room.
Noreen, happy birthday.
Who are you calling an elephant?
I love Idris Elba, by the way.
What do you mean?
As Chief Bogo. Chief Bogo, you forgot me, or you forgot that blah blah. Didn't forget, just don't care. Like, I like that guy. And we're, for some reason, we're supposed to feel frustration towards him because he gives her a meter maid job her first day. It's her first day. Like, that actually seems pretty reasonable for a cop to get easy duty the first day. We all have cop friends. I bet you if I asked them, hey, your first day on the job, did you go solve murders? Probably not. You probably did some easy desk work or just like simple patrols with another dude. And by the way, at the end of the movie, when they save the day and then they make Wild a cop. Like, okay, hold on. They don't usually make police officers people that have felony tax evasion issues. But then again,
unless they're really desperate.
But then again, we did
right,
that.
So,
we did make someone president that had that. Oh, anyway,
you went there.
Oh, the zinger.
No, sorry.
Hey, so I'd just like to point out that Beverly Hills Cop was the perfect example of someone with bad or past issues. Matter of fact, Nick Wilde could be Axel Foley.
Yeah, that's true. Actually, I didn't think about that. But like, wasn't his issues like really early? I can't remember.
Oh yeah, I mean, like he had whatever he did in his.
He was like teens, like he was like sealed record stuff, right? I can't remember.
Expunged.
Yeah, like he was doing this hustling into his 30s, and then he's a cop.
Good for him.
Yeah, good for him. Turned his life around. It's a good, true underdog story.
Or it's Mahoney from
Under Fox story.
Police Academy.
Sure. Okay. Here we go.
And now for some more bad news. Ready?
All right. The pirated DVDs that Duke Weaselton is selling are movies with word plays of other Disney films. Pig Hero 6, Floatzin, Wrangled, Wreck-It Rhino, Meowna, like cat, and of course that hadn't come out yet, and Giraffic, the upcoming Gigantic movie. However, Gigantic was later shelved a year due to creative problems. Ooh. On her train ride to Zootopia, before Judy selects the Gazelle song, which is just fine, some of the other artists playing on her iPod include The Beagles, Black Sable, Katy Perry, Destiny's Cub, U2, Fleetwood Yak, Fur Fighters, Guns and Rodents, Hyena Gomez, Canine West, and Mick Jaguar. I think that stuff's all really clever.
That's fantastic.
CNN, the news station in this movie, also is the news station for NCIS. I had to write that down. And Nick Wilde's full name is Nicholas Tiberius Wilde, which is a play on Star Trek's James Tiberius Kirk.
Nice.
There you go. Soundtrack great. I haven't done this in a while. I really liked it. Again, forgetting the song, the score. I thought the score was actually really good. I actually liked it a lot. Okay, here we go. Top 3.
Excuse me while I whip this out.
Anthropomorphic movies. Movies with your animals that do human type things.
What about humans that do animal type things? What is that called?
Oh, I don't know.
Bestiality.
I was going to go there, but I think Andrew would willingly. Thank you, sir.
And that's why we keep Andrew around.
That
Very
was
nice.
Wonderful. That's definitely not going to be the name of the podcast, but
We'd get a lot of hits.
yeah.
I think that's called clickbait.
Rate us 1 out of 5 stars. Turned over the bestiality, and you're a bunch of jackasses with nothing else. Yeah, jackass.
Oh my gosh.
Never mind. No, I was trying to find the word, but Google switched it for me and came up with anthropomorphism, which is obviously not the right thing.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, no, that's not it. Sorry. Anyway, I don't know if that's a word. I can't find it, but maybe it is. If someone knows it, let me know. Whatever. Andrew.
I'll be afraid of Google.
Wouldn't it actually just be like psychotic or something? Like when you don't have, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, maybe not. I guess that doesn't work. Because I was going to say, because animals don't have, they don't have empathy. Animals don't, they don't, maybe, I don't know, maybe some animals do. I don't know.
No, anthropomorphic, yeah.
That's when we give human characteristics to animals. The joke was, what do you call...
Or an inanimate.
Oh, to animal, that would be...
what do you call a person that acts like an animal? Which is how we got the bestiality joke. Which I don't think that's a thing. Anyway, it's fine.
So let's see.
It doesn't matter. Andrew, do your 3.
Okay. Well, I didn't stick to animals. Anthropomorphic, sorry. Could be
objects.
Could be objects. Yeah. So I included some of those.
So
number 3, Toy Story.
Okay.
Number 2.
That also has some animals in it.
Yeah,
but they're toy animals.
Toy animals, but yeah. Number 2, I went with another movie. I think that came out the same year as Zootopia that I like far better, and that is The Secret Life of Pets.
I've never seen that one.
I thought it was fine. It was too much of Kevin Hart yelling. It's just there's only so much I can take of him.
I love Kevin Hart. And then number 1, I went Lego Movie.
Okay, yeah. Oh, that's a good one. That is a good one. Other movies that I don't want to say. Well, I guess I don't know, but like Brave Little Toaster comes to mind when you think of like non-animal kind of things. So, yeah. And I have the last weekend, just because Disney Channel had all 3 Toy Story movies on, or had 1 and 2 on, and my son wanted to watch the 3rd one, which we owned. So I've watched the trilogy in the last week, and I still just kind of get weirded out that why does Buzz Lightyear not realize he's a toy, yet he turns toy when an adult is around? It weirds me out. So anyway, it's fine. Like, do all toys have to go through this experience
There's a training camp
of learning?
It's kind of like how I don't realize I'm a teacher until there's a principal around.
Fair enough. Corny.
Okay, so my number 3 is going to be the old Robin Hood.
Yeah,
from like the 70s or whatever.
Robin Hood. Yeah, I love that movie.
I really thought you had that cue. No, that's incredible.
No, I know. I'm actually. He beat me to it by a few seconds. Yeah.
But yeah, so that one in my my number 2 is going to be the Lego Movie, and my number 1 will be Shrek.
Okay. Donkey. Andrew, you have to do it. I can't do it.
Donkey.
There you go.
That's great, Donkey.
There you go. That'll do, Donkey. That'll do.
That'll do. I'm getting over laryngitis. I couldn't speak last week, so
there you go.
I'm not playing at full ability level here.
I don't care if we get kicked off YouTube for this.
Oh, incidentally, I'm out on a dale, a minstrel.
That's right.
Oh, that's an early day folk singer. Robin Hood and Little John walking through the forest, laughing back and forth.
Oh, I love it. Anyway, they put that in a car commercial not that long ago, and I
saw that.
And I started singing along, and Declan goes, "You know this song?" And I'm like, "Oh, son, let me show you one of the greatest cartoons ever." But I actually hesitated on showing him that cartoon because at the end, when Prince John goes crazy and chases Hiss into the burning castle, that scene is scarier to me than any scene in this movie with a panther attacking, whatever, or the jaguar. That movie always scared me because he's like screaming and it like echoes and he's going into a burning building. I'm like, are they dead? Did they die? Like, we don't know. Actually, we know that they don't. But in the moment, I was always like, did they die? Like, what just happened? Then we see them, of course, on the Chain Gang later. But anyway, sorry.
You're such a sensitive soul there, Sean.
I am.
Reminiscing this and that and having such a...
Okay, sorry. I'm done. No, I'm not, but that's fine. Corny, did you finish? Yes, you did. You said Lego Movie. Yeah, okay. Sam.
Oh, my turn?
Yes.
You sure?
No.
Yarp.
Okay. I've got my number 3 as Emperor's New Groove.
Oh, dang, you stole one of mine. Got it.
My number 2 is The Secret of Nim.
Oh, it's such a good movie.
And my number 1
Watership
is
Down?
Rango.
No, I figured it'd be Watership Down.
What's that?
Watership
Down? I also
Down?
figured it would be Jurassic Park.
No, that the only one would have to be Jurassic Park 3.
Jurassic Park 3 when they start talking to each other.
Yeah, and that was horrible. So I can't do that one.
What was your actual number 1? You said I missed it.
Rango.
Oh, sure, yeah. I haven't seen that yet.
Yeah, I gotta see Rango.
I knew. Yeah.
Yep.
My number honorable mention is Kung Fu Panda. My number 3 is Emperor's New Groove. Been turned into a cow. Can I go home? My number 2 is Fievel Goes West. And my number 1 is Robin Hood, the cartoon.
Good
time, oodle-lolly, golly, what a day.
Okay. Which, by the way, one of our movies did get kicked off of YouTube. It was our last live commentary that we did. I think it was for, what was the crazy cop one, the short one? The one where the
crazy cop one?
Yeah, he's a cop.
Oh, the Kung Fury?
Kung Fury, yeah. We got kicked off YouTube for Kung Fury. So that's fine. Whatever.
Shoot. Best movie.
Oh my gosh, that movie was bananas. I loved it so much. Out of 10, here we go.
Wait, what's supposed to happen?
This is where you guys tell me your score. Corny, have you? I know I saw you Monday, and I told you have to watch The Babysitter. Have you had a chance to watch that yet?
I did not have time to do that. I should have watched that instead of Wild Wild West, but I couldn't help myself.
No,
I saw it.
You will love Babysitter.
I
can almost guarantee it.
Yeah. Like, for what it's worth, Corny.
Although now that I've said that, you'll probably hate it.
Well, we all gave it 7.5 range.
Oh.
And then have you seen The Founder by chance?
For a horror flick.
Who?
The Founder?
No, they've not.
Okay, or 13 Hours by chance?
Yeah, maybe.
The Benghazi incident movie with John Krasinski?
No, I haven't seen that one. So
it's on Amazon.
Doesn't he coach Duke?
That's Mike Krzyzewski. Yeah.
Okay.
Mike Wazowski.
Mike Wazowski.
Must be an uncle.
Yeah. Or not.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Zootopia. Andrew, you're out of 10, sir.
Well, I liked it, but it had some issues, and I'm just gonna say, I don't know, maybe like a 6 somewhere.
Okay.
Let's say 6.1.
All right.
Out of 10.
6.1. Got it. Corny.
So I'm gonna also give it a 6. Like 6.8.
Wow.
Not because it's a bad movie, but when you compare it to like just other Disney movies in general, because this is a Disney movie, it's just not as good or as exciting as those movies. Maybe because it's so different.
Whoa, what's autoplay?
What?
Stop. What's happening? All right. Freaking autoplay.
But I guess in the grand scheme of things, I mean, it's still a good movie. I just can't, rate it as high as other Disney movies we've watched. So because of that, I'll have to drop it.
I'm trying to think how many have we done a lot
We're
of
gonna drop it like it's hot.
Have we done a lot of other Disney movies? I don't. It's on
Marvel.
I mean, like straight up
Star
Disney.
Wars,
No, not those. I mean, like straight up Disney movies. Like, I'm trying to think
so
how
we
many.
haven't done those, but
The Dragon movie.
Yeah. No, I think this is our first animated Disney movie.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. The only other animated movie we've done is the Clone Wars, right?
Yeah. All right. So even if we did, there's no way that I'm going to vote that higher than say Moana or Emperor's New. Well, wait. Emperor's New Groove? No. Yes. No. No. Sorry, I can't think of other Disney movies. Like, man, I guess all those classic movies.
Sure.
I'm still going to rank higher for nostalgia and other purposes like that. But I don't know. I don't think I can put it higher than 7.
Okay. 7 it is.
Yep.
Sam.
I liked it. I had fun with it. I think it's more towards the mature, older audiences, and was speaking directly to a lot of the Trump supporters out there. So,
what?
I think this movie is great. I'm going to give it an 8.02 out of 10.
8.02. Okay.
Yep. And then I'll slap Opie.
That's pretty normal there. A normal thing that happens.
He likes the rough stuff, I hear.
What? Not what?
Yeah.
Rough, just like your mother likes it.
Right. Okay, sorry. Cool. I'm going to give it. I love this movie. I've said that I think several times tonight already. I loved it. I love just about everything about it. I think it is near a perfect film as Disney has ever produced. It is one of only 2 Disney films to hit the $1 billion globally. The other being Frozen. And I just flip and love it. So I'm going to give it an 8.95. Like to put that in perspective, like I would give like Moana an 8.98. Just a little bit higher than this. I love Moana. Emperor's New Groove would get like a 9.95 for me because it's one of my favorite movies. I don't know if it made my top 10, but it's close. So anyway,
pull the lever.
Wrong lever. Why do we even have that lever? All right, so that's our show. That's it. That's all we're gonna do. And I don't know what we're doing next week. I don't know if we're gonna do Cloud Atlas. I just did see something on Netflix that I want to do and have thrown on the list. And the reason why I want to do it is because I know personally the director of the movie.
Oh.
and I'm kind of excited that it's on Netflix.
Did you run into him?
Several times. In fact, they even maybe wanted to punch him at one point. I don't know, maybe not.
J.J. Abrams?
No, gosh, no. I love J.J. I'd shake that man's hand. Did I read right, or maybe I'm misreading? Is he rumored? He's directing the Star Wars, the 9th one, right?
That's what I hear.
Yep. He's being brought back on, and I'm actually really excited for The Last Jedi when they gave Ryan Johnson, I think is his name. They're going to give him creative rights over another trilogy they're going to do that in the Star Wars universe, but not a Skywalker film, not Skywalker based. That gives me great hope that Disney's like, whoa, what you did here is fantastic. We want more of you. So that gives me kind of
hope so.
Anyway, so we will either do, I think, we'll talk off air, we'll either do Cloud Atlas or Hickok, which is, of course, a story about Wild Bill Hickok, who uses guns and gall to tidy up the lawless frontier town, starring Luke Hemsworth, Trace Adkins, Chris Christopherson, Bruce Dern, and Cameron Richardson. Directed by my, I can't say friend, but my acquaintance, Timothy Woodward Jr. So that'll be fun if we do that. I don't know what we're doing. We'll talk about it off air, and we'll get schedules worked out. In the meantime, that's our show. Thank you so much for listening, and it has been fun. Corny, I'm so glad you're back. Seriously, it's been a lot of fun.
Absolutely.
It has not been the same without you, sir.
I'm sure it's been better.
No.
Yuck.
GoFundMe.com/Cheapseat Reviews is our GoFundMe page.
It's illegal in most states.
You can go there and donate $1 or $2 if you can, if you want, if you should, or you should, but whatever. Go to iTunes, leave us a review there, and while you're on iTunes, check out our Anchor cast. I do about every other week. I'll do another movie that I'm watching, a little 5-minute review here and there. Leave us a review on iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, YouTube, anywhere you can find us. That'd be great. We really could use those. Cheapseatreviews.com is the website. Like us on Facebook, facebook.com/CheapseatReviews, and follow us on the Twitter @CheapSeatCast. That's going to do it for us. Oh, cheapseatreviews.com is the email address. You can, should, and must send us emails there with your requests. We really want to do some fun movies going into the new year. Starting the new year, we're going to be hitting episode 200. Maybe we should do a contest on episode 200, what it should be. We'll think about that. That just came to my brain as we're doing the outro. So we'll talk about that more off air.
We'll do it on the fly.
We'll do it live. We're doing it live. No.
Live.
We'll do it live. On behalf of Corny, Andrew, Sam, this is Sean saying thank you so much for listening and good night.
Keep your pants dry and your dreams wet.
Ever thinking there was danger in the water they were drinking, they just guzzled it down.